I have been using this for over a month without shell and film. Did he say he was scarred? What? Then let's take a look at his back
No
first.
visible
scratches even in the strong sunlight. This may have something to do with his frosted glass design, plus mine is milky white. So even if there are some subtle scratches, you can't see it. His metal middle frame is the same. Basically, there are no obvious scratches or obvious wear and tear. So I personally think he is more durable, as long as you don't drop him. Even if it's not a case, it shouldn't be a big problem. The only obvious scratch is here in the upper room. This is mainly because when I usually ride an electric car, we'll put it head down in this grid. Such a hard-on contact with such a little scratch is inevitable. Then you might say, why don't I put it in my trouser pocket?
What?
This is because if you don't cover the shell,
He's too slippery.
easy to slip out of trouser pockets.
If
If you fall at that time, the result will only be worse. So in the future, I will consider using the basin
Not
from
that
time
it's
to
to
time.
prevent
bumps, mainly for non-slip, especially when your hands are dry. It's not easy to hold him steady, and every time I put it on the table, it's really distressing to hear. In addition to allowing you to hold the case more firmly, an added benefit is that it relieves the discomfort of this corner. But the disadvantage is that if the case is used, the beauty of the front of the mobile
So it depends
phone
on
will
how
be
you
destroyed.
choose.
And finally, the most vulnerable thing I've used this month is the screen. I love it. Is it a new phone after all? Never fell. But you can see that there are already two obvious scratches and some minor wear and tear. So if you don't mind the film, it is best to stick a film to use. That way your screen will last longer. Okay, so do you think his performance is okay? Is it not as fragile as you think? And then, besides the size, the S22 string is still a little too large for a hand of my size. But when I hold it in my hand, it doesn't feel very stable. If you're touched a little bit on the subway, you will fall to the ground. In contrast, a phone the size of the Honor 80 is more suitable for me. Then, is the location of the NFC. You have to say that iPhone more thoughtful about this. When swiping the subway card, iPhone just need to be so casual to swipe it. Action is flowing. That is called an elegant. And if you still brush the s23 Ultra like iPhone, you will often fail
need to
brush
go a
it.
little further.
Let his NFC sensing area reach the top of this swipe area. Or you can use your mobile phone to swipe your card. This is because their NFC antennas are in different positions. iPhone NFC antenna is near the top of the phone, and the S23 Ultra's NFC is close to the middle of the phone. And another is that iPhone wallet will have a prompt in the itinerary after entering the station. After leaving the station, there will be an itinerary report. This interaction feels very intimate, but S23 Ultra does not have this prompt. How much do you want to say? It seems that the notification does not pop up and does not affect having this prompt will make people feel more at ease and at ease. His battery life is still quite good. You can use it with confidence, especially since I just came from iPhone 10 mini. The contrast is just one sky and one earth. But after upgrading the system once, although I didn't do a detailed test, but it feels like the battery life has dropped. This is consistent with the reaction of many netizens, but not too broken. It's more than enough for a day. Just for bananas, he's not as good as he was before the upgrade. But upgrading is not completely without benefits. Many shortcomings have been resolved after the upgrade. I will also mention this later. But in terms of fever, I feel that he is not well trained enough. Watch a video without playing games. After a long time, you will feel obvious fever. This is a bit inappropriate. Then, it's the volume settings. I feel like this piece is almost metaphysical. One system comes up with so many volume adjustments. Before you set the volume, you have to think about which category the sound belongs to. If you accidentally set it wrong, let you shoot in minutes. And the adjustment range of the volume side button is also a bit large. When I listen to music with a Bluetooth headset, press down often, the sound is a little low. It's too loud to click online. It is difficult to adjust to a more comfortable position. But volume control seems to be a problem for all phones. I'll use this later. Maybe it will consume his wheat. In terms of hardware workmanship, it is the same as what the last video said. Is unquestionable. Deserves the title of Android machine king. But that's not to say there are no flaws at all. For example, especially the power button. He's a little loose, although not very serious. But it's more or less a flaw. Other disadvantages are more at the level of mobile phone system or software. You have issues like accidental touch and the program occasionally feigns death. You need to cut off the app and then cut it back to restore it. And fingerprint unlocking doesn't work very well for me. Sometimes it takes several presses to unlock. And you need to pay special attention to some shortcomings such as the unlocking posture and pressing position. I'll share it with you when I have a chance. Welcome to Pay Attention. But none of these shortcomings affect my love for him. There's no way who made his appearance so good. Finally, if I sum up the difference between him and LS in one sentence, it is that he is in stability gap compared with LS in terms of program interaction and app quality. But his advantages are, as many netizens have said, it is more customizable and playable. So which of these two systems would you prefer?